Hello everyone, I'm Essen, and in this presentation I will be talking about the project that we did for the course Industrial Instrumentation and Measurement. For the first project, we had to design a low-cost volt ohm meter, or VOM for short. So the design requirements were as follow, as given in the objective. So we had to measure the DC voltage with this VOM in the range of 0 to 100 1000 volts, AC voltage of 0 to 750 VRMS, and DC current of 0 to 500 milliamps, and similarly to measure the resistance of 0 to 1 mega ohm. And we had to power this VOM using the USB connector. So I will brief through the individual characteristics of our design model, and how much of those characteristics um, were able to be bounded within these given values, and what were the accuracies and the precision that we were able to achieve using the designed BOM. Right. So these are the key components of the volt ohm meter that we designed. The first one is the D'Arsnoval meter, which is basically a small meter, is a galvanometer, whose functioning is pretty basic, and I won't be diving into that. But this was D'Arsnoval meter was one of the component in our volt ohm meter, or VOM, and it also included the design diameter, AC and DC voltmeter, and the ohmmeter itself. So this is the block diagram of the VOM that we designed. So the D'Arsnoval meter basically it displayed all the individual components, including resistance. Um, for different component, it involved the following circuitry. For example, for the DC voltmeter, we had to include resistance in series. For DC voltmeter, we had to include resistance at diodes in series. For ammeter, we had to include resistance in parallel, and for ohmmeter, we had the following components. So each of the specifications of these components were theoretically found out within the given design specifications, as were given above, and I will also go through the manual calculation that we did towards the end. Right. So the whole point of the voltometer was to create a cost efficient device. So the methods and materials that were involved, the material that was involved within that, I will brief towards the end. But for now, I will let us go through the methodologies. So in order to determine the full scale deflection current and the internal resistance of the D'Arsnoval meter itself, we had performed some of the experiments, and after that we found out that the internal resistance was 500 ohms. Calculations can also be found within the appendix with the report that I will attach, but I will just highlight the findings in this presentation. Right, and similarly with this internal resistance of the galvanometer, we have the full scale deflection current of 1.6 milliamps um, for the given voltages. Right. So for the ammeter design, we which had at the range of 0 to 500 milliamps. We had used the shunt resistance of 1.6 ohm, with the calculations again given in the appendix. And similarly for AC and DC voltmeter, for DC voltmeter, our range was 0 to 1000 volt, for which the corresponding shunt resistance was found to be 624.5 kilo ohms. And for the AC voltmeter with the range of 0 to 750 VRMS, the shunt resistance was given to be 210.47 kilo ohms. As far as the ohmmeter design was concerned, we had to include the resistance RZ, which was calculated to be about 1812 ohms. So I'm just going through the values of these individual meters that we incorporated within the whole design. Again, the functioning and and how all the parts connect can be found within the details of the report, which I will attach with this video. And similarly, after considering all these resistances and components, the final circuit schematics looked something like this. So it had a common ground and one node for the ammeter and the other node for the voltage of AC and DC and the ohmmeter itself. As you can see, for the ammeter, we had to connect the R shunt with the uh, as can be seen here, and similarly for the rest of the meters, these were the combination. So it also included switches, and since we only can use one of the specific component or the specific meter at a given time. And finally, we have the galvanometer with the diode protection. So diode was included in parallel with the galvanometer because we did not wanted the reverse current to flow through the galvanometer, as it will um, damage the galvanometer that we were using, because it was only unidirectional and it did not move in both the direction. Right, so with this given specification, we had to design our own scale, which we did as follow. This is a custom design that we made on a image editing software according to the specification that were given to us. For example, 0 to 500 milliamps of range is given for the current, 0 to 750 volts of a AC is given for the um, voltmeter, AC voltmeter, and similarly for the DC and the resistance as well. So you can notice that the resistance scale is in inverse direction compared to all the other three values. That is because of the inverse relation that is obtained using the Ohm's law. Right, so this is the actual hardware implementation. As you can see, it is in comparison with the breadboard. Since we wanted to compare the size of the designed voltmeter. So this right here is the galvanometer, as you can see on the screen, with the ammeter on the being switched by the first button. Then we have the DC voltmeter. Sorry, then we have the AC voltmeter, and finally um, the resistance ohm meter. Right, so this is the potentiometer that is used for the calibration purposes, and the rest of the circuitry is not should be hidden from the user. But since it was a prototype at as you can see in the screen, so we had to, so it is pretty exposed, although it won't be in actual practice within the design. And similarly, these three terminals are for the ground, ammeter, and the voltmeter itself. And this chip that you are seeing right here is a TP4056 chip or a battery charging regulator. It was used to power up the circuit board using a USB connector, which would provide it 5 ports. Right, so these were the material that were used within the project, and the total cost come out to be about 240 rupees, which is roughly uh, similar to the cost and that we often found the voltometer at electronic shops. But again, they are complete. They are it was a quick prototype, and it can further be modified, and as well as the components within it. So these were the results of the voltometer that we designed. For example, ammeter had the range of 500 milliamps, span of 0 to 500, resolution was given to be 5 milliamps. And all of these calculations can be found within the, similarly for the sensitivity, 625 is the number that we obtained for ammeter, DC voltmeter, and ohm meter. The calculation are given within the appendix if you want to go through the details of it. Apart from these results, for our design meter, we had the measured or the percentage error between the, for our ohm meter calculated as is given in this table right here. So as you can see, the following are the errors we obtained for the individual resistance, shunt resistances, as well as the internal resistances, as well as the voltage of the TP456 module. So these errors further introduced offsets, sorry, not the offset, but the error within the readings that was being shown by our design instrument. Right, so I think that as far as the report is concerned, that was pretty much it. The appendix contains all the data that was collected for the dynamometer and the plots that we made for the obtained data, and the final result that we concluded from that. Right, so this was the report as far as the explanation of the individual component goes, and this is basically the manual calculation that we did for the individual meter design. Again, I won't be going into the details of it. You can find it within the attached link below the video. This was the actual scale that we designed. This is the galvanometer up front. This is the side view of that. This is the TP456 chip that I talked about earlier. And these are basically the experimentation. Sorry about that. Right, and so these are the basically the images from the experimentation that we conducted to find the internal resistance of the galvanometer as well as its full scale deflection current. Right. So I think this is all the things that I wanted to cover within this presentation about the first project. Um, and I will be uploading a second video for the second project that was done for the same course instrumentation. And till then, um, right, so I will stop this video round. Take care. Goodbye.